Hey, so how you guys doing? David here from where am I from? You know, we're just we're kind of in the course of rebranding because we've changed our direction, and this it's so neat to one to kind of let go of the old. I've done a lot of videos over the last little while around consciousness and spirituality and then this door opened up towards more of a focused message or focused uh, on dads in recovery, sober dads, and this program that I've kind of signed up for to help me create a course has suggested that I interview 50 people who would be, like in my case, dads in recovery or sober dads or recovering fathers. And I've started the process, and oh my gosh, it's a I've only done 6 interviews so far, but 5 out of the 6 men that I interviewed had emotion in the interview. It's really I get that men, this is not something that we get to talk about. Our journey as a father in recovery, and of course, my personal experience I am a dad, and I've been you know, been a dad for a long time. I was when I sobered up, my daughter, my firstborn, was 6 months old, and she was a driving factor for me. It was a really big deal. Like, I had no friggin' idea how to be a father. I didn't know how to be in a relationship. I was, yes, I was married to her mom, but oh my gosh, what a mess. I was, I was not a good choice. And I mean, as a kid, I didn't think I was going to be a dad. I didn't think I was going to live past 18 or 21 or 25. I didn't think I just had no plans for that, as in my, because I was in addiction very young, and so it was a motivator for me, and I'm seeing now in my interviews how much of a motivator it is for lots of men, and you know in my interview I ask about regrets. I ask about you know what could they do over, and it's touching. I'm telling you. So, what do you guys think of this? Dads in recovery. If you're a father in recovery, you'll get it. You'll get, first of all, that I know what you've been going through. And just because I sobered up, when my daughter was 6 months old, you know, I wasn't really, I still didn't. I didn't instantly figure out how to be a dad. I didn't instantly figure out how to live, how to feel. All of those things took time and work and self-examination and prayer and meditation and service and for me, most of my uh, you know direction for living came out of the 12 steps and out of the book and spiritual principles and I was a slow student. Really. But here we are many years later, and I have 3 children, and they're not children, they're adults, and my parenting really, by my standards, my parenting is done. I'm now, they're confident. Maybe that's part of parenting, but it's changed, and so, as this course develops through these interviews and through the research that I'm doing, I believe it'll be a course that will help men to really find themselves in this job. It'll open the door for discussion. It'll, really put it front and center for a lot of men. I remember, quick story. I was sober about 19 years. And if you'd have asked me at 19 years, and my daughter at the time would have been 19 years old, almost 20, if you'd have asked me if I thought I was a good dad, I would have said no, probably. I would have said I don't think I didn't have any benchmarks. I didn't know what being a good dad meant. And most of the coaching I got on being a good dad, I'd gotten, from their moms. because at the time I was in my second marriage and had my third child with my second wife, so no, I wouldn't have said, yeah, oh yeah, I'm a great dad. Because I didn't think that, so, and I didn't have men in my life, or very many men in my life that we could talk about that kind of thing, men who were dads, so it was kind of hit and miss, um, my role model as a father, who was my dad, who this is quite a few years ago, but my dad worked a lot. I didn't see him a lot, and he was the disciplinarian. He was we didn't get cues from my dad on feeling feelings, or we I was scared of my dad, and I was terrified of my dad, and so I didn't have a lot of models around that, and I grew up in an alcoholic home, and many of us have, and so like even things like Christmas were not fun events; they were scary. It was yes. So some of you will understand that, and so those are the things that we're going to talk about in the course. I believe some of that, and the experiences of other men, and how would you like to be remembered? Men's legacy with their children. It's a big topic. So that's it. If you have anybody that you think, or if you're somebody that would like to, to serve this, in a sense of give me an interview so we can go deeper. I have no idea what's going to come out of 50 interviews. After doing 6, I'm already like, wow. So I have no idea what's going to come out of 50, talking to 50 dads in recovery. But that's my goal. That's part of the program. It's something new for me too. I bought a training program to do this, from her name's Sunny Lenarduzzi. And Sunny's, really done her homework to help people create programs that they want to, and that's unusual for me, because I'm, my history is I'll fumble around and try to figure something out for years, so I'm following this training program with as much detail as I can, just like boom, I want to be right on it. And Sunny's really done her homework, and people have used her model to create successful programs, and so that's new for me. It's my old alcoholic ego thinks he knows, right? And the first thing she tells us in the program is that we don't know, and that's why we're going to interview 50, of what would have been our avatar for our ideal client, and people men in recovery that are fathers. So so that after that I will know. It's like research, market research. Imagine, so anyway, I'm happy to be doing it. I'm excited about it, and we're going to focus everything in this new direction. I think it's a great way to help the world, if men can be there in a more loving way for their kids, and I mean men of all ages, love heals everybody. And so, I mean, that's, I believe, one of the things that's going to come out of the course, isn't it? It's going to be, how can I be more present? How can I be more lovingly present with my kids? And for all of us. And so that's the deal. So mums, if there's any mums listening and you think, geez, that if your guy is in recovery, I'm lining up the first one of these I'm going to do will be in January, and it's going to be a live, like my prototype. So I'm going to do the first training, course for a dozen, and there'll be a fee for sure, but it will be kind of a reduced fee, because it'll be, our prototype. So if you know anybody you think you would enjoy that, that's great. I think that'll fill up quick. And yeah, I'm excited, and grateful, and a little scared. It's like, holy shit, I've never done anything quite like this. I mean, I've been sponsoring guys for years, and certainly, I've done lots of training, but this is a little different. It's going to be very personal. So, that's it. Love you guys. And if you know anybody, you think that this is a good idea, and you know people that might benefit, you can maybe share this, and or people that might want to be one of my interviewees. I've had a list of guys now. I mean, and it's taken me a while to get to everybody. I'm trying to do 2 a day, and okay. Love you lots. I think that's it. Okay. Cheers. If you're on YouTube, I love you to, subscribe, okay? We're growing that channel, and yeah, just helps if you subscribe. Makes me feel good. Thanks. Bye.